What is going on, Guardians? My name is the Black Link, and today is November 1st, 2018. That's right, we're already in the month of November. Halloween is come and gone, and we are about a month or so away from the drop of the next big content patch in Destiny 2, Black Armory. Ooh, we should be learning a lot more about that DLC pack, or rather annual pass pack, that bit of expansive content coming out within the next couple of weeks. That advertising period's got to start sometime soon, so keep your eyes and ears peeled. But for right now, it's another Thursday evening, and you all know what that means. It's time for the Bungie Weekly Blog, This Week at Bungie. And of course, in this video, we will be going over some of the biggest bits of information that dropped this week. Thankfully, there wasn't that much. There's really only one or two things to talk about, so this one's not going to take too much time. I promise. For real this time. So, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Now, if you take a look at the very start of this week's TWAB, they talk a bit about the twilight hours of the fall event Festival of the Lost. Here's what they have to say. As trick-or-treaters take stock of their sweet loot in real life, our own Festival of the Lost is entering its final stage. If you have yet to earn the mask that has eluded you, or still need to get your 600 power horror story, you have until Tuesday, November 6th. To close out the festivities, Amanda has a final quest. Over the next 3 weeks, she will unleash you in pursuit of those who killed Master Ives, the less hated of the Cryptarchs. Each week offers up a new step in the quest along with a powerful reward. And I actually just wanted to stop right there to talk a bit about the murder mystery quest that is live in the game right now. If you haven't started it up, if you load into the game, head to the tower and go talk to Amanda. She should have that quest ready for you, unless you didn't have space in your inventory, in which case it might have disappeared. That's a glitch that's being worked on. But that quest in particular, well, if you haven't done it yet, it's not going to take you long because it's very, very quick. The first step simply requires that you either redeem engrams with Master Rahul or go take out powerful fallen enemies in the EDZ. You can literally just go do like one Glimmer Drill public event on Heroic and you'll be done with this thing. Or if you've got 250 legendary shards, you can just go buy 10 engrams from Rahul and be done with it right then and there. And that's pretty much it. That's all that there is to the quest right now, and you have to wait a week until we get the next step. This is time gating of the highest order, and I've got a little bit of a problem with it with the way it is right now. Now, time gating content doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. In this instance, I think it's a bad thing. It kind of brings back some memories of the Taken King, when we had time gate after time gate after time gate for content. But I think time gating can work pretty well in this game. I mean, we see that with the Dreaming City, the quest lines that we have there, the rotating schedule of content. That's time gating in the good sense. This quest, not so much. There's really not much at all to the first step. I would barely even call it a quest step. You can get it done in no time flat, and then to have to wait for another week after so many Guardians, myself included, have been sitting back and waiting for this questline to drop, anticipating the rewards that we might be getting. It really doesn't feel great to get it done just like that and then have nothing else to do for the next week until reset on Tuesday. And again, this swap does confirm that that is the only step that is available for right now. You got to wait till Tuesday's reset before you can do the next part of it. And we're basically going to have 3 weeks of this. It's very heavily speculated that this quest is going to be dropping the Thunderlord exotic heavy machine gun, which is no doubt meant to be a tease for Black Armory, which is coming forward. So I've got some ideas for why they did this, but honestly, with a quest like this, it really doesn't feel great for you to have to wait to do the next part of this quest. If this was going to be a 3-part quest that took place over 3 weeks, I don't know why they wouldn't have just started the quest at the start of Festival of the Lost. Knowing that Festival is going to be like a 3-week event, you could have just dropped the quest then by the time Festival of the Lost was coming to an end, we could also be getting our hands on the Thunderlord. There would have been plenty of other things for Guardians to, occupy their time with. That first week we had Iron Banner, we had Festival, Haunted Forest, all of that was fresh in our minds. Having a short quest like this really wouldn't have registered and bothered as many people as I think it is right now, because we're at the end of this event, and it's pretty obvious the time gating here is simply to elongate the quest out, really kind of to pad out that last month we have before Black Armory comes out. I do believe that this quest is time gated, specifically so that we have something to do until the advertising period for Black Armory is getting set to roll up. Like, we're probably going to see some live streams, some ride-alongs, and all kinds of sandbox videos and whatnot for Black Armory as we get closer to December. So this was meant to kind of bridge that gap, get you the Thunderlord if the Thunderlord is indeed dropping in it, and new items in the database do tend to lead towards that. And that's again meant to be the introduction into Black Armory, the big patch that's going to be coming out with that new season, and of course the return of heavy machine guns as a class. I understand the mindset here, Bungie, but when you drop this quest towards the end of Festival of the Lost, it's so short, there's really not much to do there, and there's so much hype built around the potential reward of it. Ooh, that time gate does not feel good. But there we go, that's my rant on it. I had a little bit of a screeching moment on stream when we picked this quest up and then all figured out we could beat it in like 30 seconds and had to wait another 7 days. Maybe that's our fault for doing that. But I felt like I had to get that out. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive on into the rest of the TWAB here. As for other things going on in this blog, we got the winners of our Destiny 2 costume contest. If you'd like to see some of the winning submissions, we'll have a link to the TWAB down in the description box below. Go check it out. Some of the screenshots there are absolutely fantastic. There's really some great stuff out there, and we've got some creative guardians within the community. And we got some definitive information on how exactly Masterwork armor works within Destiny 2 right now. Sandbox tester Ryan Hammond takes to the blog to explain to us exactly how those benefits from masterworking your armor stack up, the elemental damage resistance that you can get from that armor, and how it affects your damage resistance when you pop a super. It's really interesting stuff, and it basically breaks down to being like this. There are 3 families of Masterwork perks: Arc, Solar, and Void. Each family of perks has 5 tiers. Each legendary armor item has a Masterwork perk randomly assigned, allowing each player to potentially build up 25 cumulative tiers of Masterworks for a given damage type. And each tier bestows the following effects: plus 1% damage resistance against any combatant attack carrying the specified damage type, that's the elemental type, and plus 1 damage resistance against any attack while the Guardian is in a super. Your super damage resistance stacks regardless of family disparity. For example, if a player has tier 12 Arc and tier 3 Void, they have a cumulative additional 15% damage resistance while in super, but only 12% damage resistance for specifically Arc combatant damage and 3% for specifically Void combatant damage. So basically every Masterwork level up you're getting is going to be adding into your super damage resistance, but your specific elemental damage resistance is going to be stacked separately. And finally, the in-super damage resistance stacks multiplicatively with the innate damage resistance of a super. Now all of this, of course, is also affected by your level versus the level of your enemies. So there probably will never be a situation in which you're 100% invulnerable to attacks. But there are a lot of Guardians out there who are a little bit confused about the way Masterwork armor affected damage resistance. So I'm glad they took the time to explain that just a little bit clearer in the TWAB. But alright Guardians, that's pretty much it for all the big information in this week's issue of This Week at Bungie. We did have a big patch go into effect this week, so it's not too surprising that the TWAB is a little light on details. But alright Guardians, that is going to be it for this one. Thank you all so much for tuning in. What are your thoughts on the murder mystery quest with Master Ives? How do you feel about time-gated content within Destiny 2? Like I said, when it comes to the Dreaming City quest, I think that's a great example of how to time-gate things correctly. There's plenty of content to do there, but with this quest, I just feel like it's a little bit of a letdown with the way it's set up. But anyways, those are my thoughts. Be sure to leave me yours down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest stuff we're putting out. But alright, that's it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, I'm the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.